Sideways issue 11, which is Dan Didio and Kenneth Rocafort's on art again. And we've got 2 issues left after this. Issue 13 is the final one.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's sad, because this, again, was enjoyable. It's kind of, you can tell it's ramping up to kind of the conclusion of what it's been doing, though, in the sense that Derek finds out about, who killed his mother. He's kidnapped. What's the name of the villain here that kidnaps him after some fighting? Bolt, yeah. And it's some really fun stuff here, actually, where he does the thing where he creates the portal underneath his feet again, and then he laughs and goes, "No, I can fly. This isn't going to work." He's like, "That wasn't for you." And then you see, because he obviously has Ernie at this point, and you see Ernie's legs like coming through the portal above, sideways his head, and he's jumping up and holding onto your feet to pull her down through the portal.
It's very of those Portal memes that I've seen online, because I've never played Portal. But like the one I've seen right now is the Christmas tree, where half of it's coming through the ceiling, and they put the portal rings around it. This reminded me of that. So
Matt just made a video game reference.
I did.
He did. And Ernie gets teleported back against her will back to her house, and she's like, no, I need to help Derek somehow. She tries calling the Hall of Justice, but is apparently put on hold. So, I mean, to be fair to the Justice League, they can't just take every call from every random teenager who's saying something.
And that makes sense. Because when she's like, I have to get some help, and you're like,
they have a receptionist, someone to go through all the phone messages.
They have to.
I guess they do, yeah.
I want that issue of Justice League, just the person on the phone.
It's basically like Alfred's Batman annual. It's like Beth, who's like this trooper who goes through all these calls, all this shit.
And at the end, she finally gets a thank you.
Yeah, finally Batman says, decent job.
Yeah.
That was an adequate performance, Beth, over the last year.
Here's a tip.
To be fair, he's probably paying her a fortune because he's Bruce Wayne.
He better leave a damn fine tip.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. He just hands her a back credit card and says, "Go nuts, no limit."
God, that was a thing in the movie.
Yeah, it was. So we also have the cop who's investigating the murder, and there's the tease that someone, presumably Sideways, although possibly the bad guy, but was sneaking into the cops' computer during the night, and they were trying to monitor who was sneaking a peek at his computer files. But he is on his way to the labs, the dark labs at the end, and there's an explosion. And we don't see what causes the explosion. It's left as a complete mystery to us at the end.
Well, because the one lady who is the boss of the mom, I forget her name.
Yeah.
She has this whole villainous monologue how out of crisis. And I was like, oh, okay, this is cool.
You broke up a little bit there, but she said she loves Crisis. Ever since the first Crisis, she's learned about them, and she wants to tap into the potential of all the other worlds.
And she's gonna use the energy from Derek.
Yeah.
Because they've been onto him since since the mountain and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
since he was in the hospital specifically, that's when they clocked him. So he knows who killed his mom. It feels like it's ramping up. I'm loving the supporting cast. Still, Ernie's great.
Her sister though was, and I know it was probably on purpose, was just terrible.
Oh yeah, she's awful. That's the point though, because Ernie's getting mad at her for being awful. And
I know.
She's shut the door on her.
But it was still one of those ones where it made me cringe, but in a good way, because that's what you're supposed to do. But I was just like, ugh, talking about your parents' divorce like that. Well, I'll go with mom because she does all this, but dad on the weekends because he'll just give me the credit card and buy me what I want. And I was just like, oh, you're a terrible teenage girl. Oh. But yeah, the art was fantastic. It's good to see Rockefort back on. I hope he does the final 2 issues.
I feel like he probably is going to. We could check the solicits, of course, but I'm pretty sure he probably is. That's probably why he's back on it, because it's ending. But yeah, that's how it was good. What are you giving it, Matt?
Oh, so this was an 8. I thought it's really ramping up. And then again, it was good to see Rockefort on art.
Yeah, I'll go with 7.5. I really liked a lot of it. It had a kind of a weird structure to it. And because when it ended, I thought, oh, we're done already. I was like, I guess it's kind of a compliment in a way, but
I did like Bolt, just the douchiness of him, like I can fly, kid, and then when he just kind of drops him off, So I like that too.